Yes, people, I hope you're doing good. Before we get into the video, I just want to let you know that all my sample packs are available via the link in the bio. Use code YouTube20 for 20% off everything. Yes, people, I hope you're doing good. In this video, I just wanted to go through how to add tension to breakdowns and also just how I structure my breakdowns as well. So I'm just going to run through this track that I've been working on. And so I'll play the breakdown now, and then I'll break down sort of the different elements that I've gone into it. Yeah, so essentially on my tracks, I quite like to have quite a lot going on the breakdowns, whether that be vocals, drum fills, effects. Um, so first of all, just run through sort of what effects I use. A lot of these will be quite standard throughout my tracks. So stuff like um, these crashes, probably use that crash in most of my tracks. And then there'll be different effects like this that will make the track a little bit unique. So don't be afraid to use like similar effects like white noises and crashes that you like in multiple tracks. At the end of the day, that once you find like a white noise you like, it is probably worth sticking with it for at least for a few tracks anyway. But just make sure that you're swapping out any effects that have like a really specific sound to them. Like obviously that's like quite specific. But yeah, a lot of them are just mainly like white noises that are going up and down. I think a lot of time I see people when the end of the break, everything goes down, and then when they're coming out of it for the build up, it goes up. But you actually stuff that's like sort of crossing over as well. So like even though we're going sort of up into the drop here, there's still an effect going down. And a good little tip as well is just to actually play the effects all together. So make sure they're sounding cohesive. So once you've got all your effects in place, then you want to start looking at drum fills, especially for sort of the last 4 to 8 bars for the drop. And also a little tip is to have a snare roll running in the background the whole time. So just not really loud in the mix, just in the background. And again, it's with these, it's just about building drum fills up. You see, I've got about 10 layers here throughout the track, just all from different places. And basically, again, once you play all the drum fills on their own, they should all sound sort of like a track of it themselves as well. So it's just about making all these different groups really cohesive so that when you put them all together, you get all this tension and everything sounds like it's meant to be, and the track transitions really well. And one of the next biggest things is vocals. So I do tend to use quite a lot of vocals in my tracks, whether it be one shots or just yeah, cut up parts of the main vocal. So this is the main vocal on this track leading up to the drop.
I got holla back Maki. The gimmick. I holla back Maki. I holla Maki. It blew up in my face. Awesome.
As you see, this is an acapella I've got, but there was parts of it that I didn't like, so I've just cut out other parts of the acapella, and then yeah, like in this section, I've repeated the vocal. I find a lot of time people are looking for the perfect vocal all the time, when a lot of time if you find sort of like a voice or a few words that you like, you can actually mess around with them and sort of make the best of it. Again, I've added a couple more parts of the same vocal to the drop.
It blew up in my face. Awesome.
And all I've really done is just added a little bit of echo to these. Sometimes I've really 5 Filter Pro R reverb, but on this track it's just the Echo Boy. And again, I usually just flick through presets on the Echo Boy. There's no like science behind it. It's just put the vocal in, flick through presets. I might save the preset if I like it for another time, but yeah, it's just sort of seeing what I fancy on the day mainly. And then I'll usually have some sort of vocal, if not two vocals, running the whole way through the break, which will come in at the start of the break and then sort of like drop out at the end. We'll add a little bit of variation, as you can see in the vocals. So like here we've got sort of repeat the vocal. And then at the end here we've got this has been playing the whole way through. Also got this vocal as well, which is basically transitioning the main part of the track into the break. Which then cuts off there, right in the middle, which is basically getting us ready for sort of the main build up to the drop. The next thing I'll do is usually add some sort of synth element. Again, I get these from sort of all over the place, really. Just yeah, cut bits of synths, and then before the drop. Again, this is sort of what gives the track a bit of character, and it's something a little bit different. From just having like loads of white noise and then a drop into the grooves. So we've got this like play that in the mix. So essentially with the breakdowns, it's just about adding all these different elements that you want stuff coming up, you want something come down, you want the drum fills to add that sort of tension, and then you want the effects on the drop just to really transition it nicely from your main breakdown into the drop. And I think also these sort of bits, so this section here is pretty important. It's good to fill this section up with just after the drop with some different elements to just transition it nicely, so it isn't all this like white noise and synths and everything. It just drops into a groove with nothing. So to have like the vocals and the synths after the drop, just yeah, like I say, transitions it really nicely. So like even here, it's just again like another like synth shot. We put it in the mix. So yeah, I hope that's been helpful. Anyway, if you've got any questions, just drop them in the comments below, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible.